Hey there, you're watching Go Island, and today I've got a mill pond story for you that's anything but calm.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial.
Well, hello there, you are watching Go Island. It is the Victoria Day edition, and where else would we be but at our own National Historic Site, the McLean Mill National Historic Site, because there are stuff going on out here that you probably aren't even aware of. You might remember a few years ago we had a huge rain event and the road washed out, the dam washed out here. It has been rebuilt, it washed out again, and the word came down from on high that things had to be rebuilt properly, made safe, brought up to standards, and for a long time that looked like it wasn't going to happen because there was a lot of money involved, a lot of strategic planning involved, and the Industrial Heritage Society, the museum, all of the heritage folks that are responsible for McLean Mill were concerned that it wasn't going to happen and it was jeopardizing the entire operation out here. Well, it did happen and is happening right now. You can see behind me the new bridge is going in, the new dam is being built, the stream is being diverted, or is in the process of being diverted. And here to tell us about it is Jamie Morton from the Alberni Valley Museum. Jamie, this is a huge operation.
Well, thank you, Nancy. Thanks for coming out here. It is a big operation. I think we've got to jump out of the way because we've got a dump truck coming right now.
Well, you don't get much more action than that. We'll get off on the side of the road here. Okay, that was completely unexpected, but that is what is happening down here. This is a construction site. And Jamie, what exactly are they doing behind us?
Well, it is working on the stream diversion right now, putting in a new channel. The basic story of the thing, like you said, it was in 2006 when there was such a heavy rain event. Things washed out here, it presented a problem. The city had a duty to take some kind of action. And a lot of the talk was about hardening the dam, basically improving that situation to control what was going on through the mill pond. Now, the mill pond's an important part of the site because it is part of the commemorative integrity of the site. It's the way that the logs were brought into the mill. We had to keep that. But we had to somehow make it safe. And they were looking at, from the provincial perspective, a 200-year event, the heaviest rainfall you might get in that period, to make it viable and not wash things out, not create a hazard for those downstream. One of the plans that was in place was a diversion of the stream, making the stream bypass the mill pond. But that froze for a number of reasons. It was expensive. It was a fairly pricey exercise. There was also some resistance from the site and from the fellows that run the IHS's steam logging show. Their spar tree, a lot of you probably know that the new spar tree was just put up in the spring of 2013. That was right in the location that the stream had to go through for the bypass to avoid the historic buildings, not mess the site up too much. So as a result, it kind of hit a stalemate. When I was first on the scene in this job, it was really kind of difficult to get people to come together. And we ended up with meetings where you'd have 25 or 30 people all representing their different interests, be that the salmon habitat, be that the mill, be that the operations of the steam logging, be that the city. It got really just hugely complicated. Now, the dam broke, so to speak, when Sheena Faulkner and West Coast Aquatic with Dave Clough got a grant, a large DFO grant for salmon rehabilitation. And this basically matched the funds that the city had available already. Now, it also meant that this money had to be spent exclusively on salmon habitat rehabilitation. But it's been great. This basically made it possible to put the tenders out, get the project started. We got buy-in from the IHS, we got buy-in from JJ Logging, who said, okay, well, if we can set it up in a new location, that meant we had to go to Island Timberlands to get an extension of access to the property. That had to be logged off to create a new steam logging area further out. So a lot of pieces had to be put into place. The financial piece, getting all the partners to play in this project together, and basically it's fallen into place really, really nicely now. So we have this massive project. Why we had to jump out of the way when a gravel truck came through. They're just putting in the footings for the bridge. Another lovely story. The bridge itself was donated by the province of BC, was one of the IHS guys, Rod Clark, has contacts in the Ministry of Forests, was able to get that donated. Now we've got that being reconstructed, put back into certified condition to cross our new stream. It'll be wonderful.
It is wonderful already, and if you thought nothing ever happens at a National Historic Site, you were wrong, because this is a living historic site. Lots going on here. We've got more to talk about. We're going to take a closer look at some of the work being done, but first we've got a couple of stories for you. Well, hello again. You are still watching Go Island. We are still here at the McLean Mill National Historic Site, where there is tons of work being done behind us. And to tell us a little bit about exactly what's being done, I'm here with Brad Berry. Brad, this is a big job.
It is. It's something you don't see every day in the city of Port Alberni.
Or on the National Historic Site.
That's right.
So tell me what's being involved here and what exactly you're doing.
Well, what we're doing is we're doing a creek relocation for the McLean's Mill, and we're doing some fish habitat as we're doing that, and installing bridges, as you can see behind us. There's a lot of things that are going on in this site, and it all benefits the McLean Mill and fish habitat.
Now this has got to be fairly delicate work. I mean, you're usually moving big rocks and big cement blocks, but you're building fish habitat. That's fine gravel.
Yes, absolutely. And I've been doing that kind of work since 1993, so it's nothing new to us. But this particular job, being it's in the backyard, it's kind of nice to have, be the hometown boy doing the job.
Okay, and I've got to ask you, because I know a lot of the JJ logging crew, were these guys kind of hanging around watching a bit?
These guys were excellent. Yes, they were hanging around a bit, but they were awesome. They got right in there with, jumped in with both feet, made sure that the safety requirements of my company were met, and I ended up helping them out and they're helping me out. So it's great, it's a good synergy.
That's awesome. Now we're watching this on the Victoria Day long weekend. When will this work be completed, do you expect?
This work, it all depends on the weather. It's approximately a 3-month project. We have to work within the fish guidelines as well as the weather guidelines. So it could take a little longer or a little less.
Just like everything else in this part of the world, it's weather dependent. Brad, thank you so much for telling me about it, and thanks for doing this great work.
Hey, thank you.
So there's a lot more to talk about out here, because we haven't even touched on the fact that they're moving the whole donkey demonstration area down here at McLean Mill. But before we talk about that, Jenny Fortin checked out some bad haircuts. You're looking at a part of the steam donkey down here at McLean Mill National Park. I say a part because the boiler's missing, and that's a part of this story as well. The boiler from the steam donkey had to be rebuilt, and Jamie Morton's going to tell us a little bit about that. Why did it have to be rebuilt?
Well, it was last rebuilt in 1986 for Expo. So it's been 30 years nearly that the thing's been operating without a full rebuild, had to be retubed, because it actually is a working steam donkey. So it has to pass all the provincial inspections and so forth. Great project. The volunteers of the IHS have been working on this in the old arena, the IHC, for some months. The city is partnering with them in this. It's worked out really, really well. The donkey boiler is looking just great now, ready to go back on the sled with the mechanism. That way we can have the steam logging demonstration going in full glory by this summer.
And that brings us to the new spar tree coming up, because the donkey demonstration area has had to be moved because of all this work being done, because of the stream diversion. And behind me, you can see they're doing some work. Well, that's going to be where the donkey demonstration area will be. And you have a chance to see, it's probably the only time in your lifetime you'll have a chance to see the new spar tree being raised. And when is it going up?
That's May 24th, Saturday, May 24th at 1 in the afternoon. And the IHS guys, the JJ logging fellows, are trying to make this a bigger event overall this year, so that people will have a chance to share in it and just see what's involved in making this old logging practice happen.
As well, they should make it a public event. The JJ Logging Crew, of course, is the Jack James Logging Crew, my favorite whistle punk in the whole world. Come on down if you have a chance on the 24th of May, 1 o'clock. Come on down here. You can see something happen you'll never see again in your life.
Thanks very much, Nancy. It will be great.
Well, thank you for telling me about it. Thank you for letting me walk in here. We get to see so many neat things here on Go Island, and this is one of the coolest, stepping behind the scenes at the McLean Mill National Historic Site. Now, we're almost at the end of Go Island, but we're going to give you another glimpse of the same spar tree that's going to be raised up right behind us. Well, that does bring us to the end of the Victoria Day edition of Go Island. You can see behind me, the guys are working on the bridge. There's welding. In fact, there's work going on everywhere we look down here at the McLean Mill National Historic Site. Until we see you again, be good to each other.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and service to clients since 1996. Our team is ready to help you with your financial future.